School is just getting started and already a controversy is brewing. Good evening, I'm Lena Lyon for Sarah.
And I'm Russ Mitchell. Middle schoolers in Cuyahoga Falls were given an assignment that posed the question, who would they choose to survive an apocalypse?
But concerned parents say some of the choices the kids were given were racist and inappropriate. Ray Strickland joins us now. And Ray, what were some of these possible options?
And in my hand, Lena, Russ, is a copy of that controversial assignment. Some options included choosing between a racist cop and a Muslim student. And it didn't stop there. Parents telling me an assignment like this has no place in a middle school classroom.
What does being Muslim have to do with it? Yeah. What does her being female have to do with it?
Bernadette Hartman says her son received a controversial assignment in an 8th grade social studies class last week. It left her at a loss for words.
It's hard for me to put it into words. It's just hard.
And she says it made her son feel uncomfortable.
This paper divides. It doesn't pull anybody together.
That paper asking Roberts Middle School students to choose who should survive an apocalypse on Earth. Students were told to pick 8 out of 12 people to save. Some examples include a homosexual professional athlete and a militant African-American medical student. Parents say that is insensitive and inappropriate, especially for middle schoolers.
What did he expect to get out of this?
City Councilman Adam Miller says it was to spark a conversation, not to offend anyone. Concerned parents told Miller about the assignment. He understands the teacher's intent, but says the teacher went about it the wrong way. Miller says the teacher is apologetic and won't use the assignment anymore.
I just think that the parents should have been made aware that this assignment was happening.
Cuyahoga Falls School District Superintendent says the district is taking this very seriously and will conduct an investigation. For parents, they hope this never happens again.
Don't just talk the talk, walk the walk. Show that there is something being done.
Now, parents aren't calling for this teacher's job. They say they just want to know how this assignment made its way into a middle school classroom, and so does the district, Lena.
Ray, this has a lot of people talking on our social media pages. What's the next step? Apologies all well and good, but a lot of parents will want to hear, how do you keep this from happening again?
Now there's going to be an investigation into the teacher. The superintendent tells me the teacher actually met with the school and will meet with the district on Monday. And Lena, the superintendent, says he's not sure when the investigation will be complete.
All right. Thanks so much, Ray.